woke up to a beautiful snow, but also realized I didn't prepare for that. So I rushed down and put my bike in the basement. I never considered putting it down there. I'm just wary about going down there because it's so messy, and that's where the other tenants do their laundry and stuff. So I normally bring it up here. Here's a handful of the orders I've just posted. And of course, Bambi is here. South Korea, United Kingdom, Canada, Kentucky, North Carolina, California, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Kentucky, Washington, California, and Illinois. It's nice to see new states. I will be very, very shocked if we ever get Montana. I don't think so. Let's do some Duolingo, shall we? Arrêtez de fumer à cause des enfants. Arrêtez de fumer à cause des enfants. Prairie has a smoking problem. Oh yeah, that's right. 50 days. 50. High five. Good enough. Prairie, my darling. They look better than before. I think it's helping. I woke up with her asleep across my tummy this morning. She's so heavy. A very similar shirt, but different enough. Wanted to switch things up, you know?
You'd return my love, and now that you have.
As a fine young man. What a great boss you turned out to be. Best boss I ever had.
This is why I always avoid watching the season 7 finale of The Office. I can't. I want to change my bed sheets, but Prairie looks so comfortable. So I'm gonna wait until she wakes up later. I am being so slow. But you know what? I'm gonna keep going. It's this episode. I feel like this episode has to be my favorite. hair is really bothering me. I have very dry skin, so when it gets to day 3, or maybe it's day 4, my scalp sometimes gets itchy, depending. But the perk is that I don't wash my hair very often at all, especially when I had bleached hair. It made it very convenient because the color lasted longer, and also you don't have to deal with washing quite damaged processed hair. You understand if you have it. I never cared for having a blow dryer, but now I kind of want one because I always have to wash my hair in the mornings, which is no big deal, but it just air dries in the worst way. Like, I don't like it at all, but when you blow dry it, it gives it some shape and volume. Oh, she's licking him. This is so sweet. At this point, I'm just holding on, knowing that tomorrow night, this time, I'm just gonna pack, and then the next day is a long, tiring travel day, but then the week after that, I will be at home, and who knows what I'll be up to then. So it's exciting to think about kind of just taking a chill pill. You didn't jump high enough this time. Always get this mixed up. I don't know why. So I went into Studio just so I can print out my photoshopped designs, and we ran out of paper, but I ended up spending like an hour and a half in Studio chatting with my classmates. I think it was really good. I'm really happy because I haven't spoken to anybody in a few days. I'm just feeling present in here, like in this moment in time. Like, I'm at university and I just want to be inspired, and I want to do what I want to do, and I don't want to be feeling like I'm trapped somewhere and I'm counting down the days until I can start doing what I want or what inspires me. I'm just slowly finishing it, so I decided I'm going to be bad tonight, and in addition to that, I also have this. Oh.
bright you want it to be. And then if you slide up, you have more options. There's brightness, contrast, saturation.
Bambi has recently found his way up on the fridge. I'm not sure how he, maybe he gets right up here. No pity, no pity, no. There, all full. I basically have 6 hours and a half until I'm gonna start prepping and everything. Of course, I still have to go in tomorrow. I still have to go in very soon to print out my photos, as I mentioned last night. So this glove has holes in it, which sucks, but I still wear it anyway. It's better than no gloves, and also it's cute. Yes, Bambi? How can I help you? Last night I put in my retainers for the first time in weeks. I feel like I'm completely healed now from my cold, which is why. And it was painful. It's always tighter on the bottom row of my teeth. And has this ever happened to you where you wake up and it disappears? Like it probably just popped out of your mouth somehow. It will show up eventually. Just like Bambi. It will always show up eventually. Let's go through our list, shall we? I cleaned up my samples. I did not print. I had the, okay, kind of. Finalized crochet. Okay, I mostly got everything done on my to-do list except printing. That's not really my fault, except for procrastinating. That is totally my fault, but I can get it done. And yoga, maybe I'll do some stretching. I have not been in shape lately, but you know what, I feel like the more appropriate word is it's not to concentrate on like my body and its physicalities, but it's more like I have not been self-disciplined to actually do the exercise. And I think it's so much more helpful and positive if we considered or thought of working out as an activity that is self-care rather than a means to an end of achieving your body goals. And I've done that for a long time and it never proved fruitful. I had a hard time committing and then it never really went anywhere. And recently, this is the most fit I've ever been in my life. I think many of you who have joined me recently just think that I've been like this. I never thought I would actually be capable of working out and stick to it successfully. If anything, that just shows if you think that you can't do something, think again. And I want to share more of my fitness journey and also like some of my thought process on that in a different, all in good time, in a different video. Last night I went to studio. I didn't get too much done, but I came back feeling very positive, mainly because one, I have not left this house in like a week other than very quick post office runs, as you saw, and I don't get to see a lot of people or talk to a lot of people in the flesh. I think that people need people. You're not codependent if somebody makes you happy or if other people make you happy, or if you're by yourself you tend to be sadder. And I feel like half the time I've spent my energy on trying to prove or pretend like I am fine by myself, and I not like admit to, oh yeah, like I do feel lonely and I do want company. There's nothing wrong with that, and there's no weakness in that. Because you know what, I had this revelation last night. It's like saying, if you're urging someone to say like, you don't need anybody, don't rely on anyone but yourself, then it's almost like saying you don't want others in your life to count on you or to rely on you. Maybe some people prefer it that way, but for me, I love being there for people. I love caretaking. If I did not do art, I've always said that I would be a nurse or a caretaker. It's in my personality and in my love language, I guess, but I tremendously love supporting other people. So why adopt that mindset of isolation? It doesn't make sense to me as much. So what I get out of this is loneliness is just a sign that you want to connect with somebody, and it should not be pitied, it should not be looked down upon, and it is not a sign of weakness. It just shows that you long for a connection of some sort, whether it's with a lovely creature or with people. And if anything, feeling lonely and longing for one's company. Perhaps you are far away from your partner or your family and close friends. It just means that you really cherish them, and that sadness comes with absence. It's just a part of life and you gotta feel it, and it's just a beautiful balance. But of course all of this has to be taken with a grain of salt, because there are truly toxic situations where people don't see what they should see and they get mistreated. But you know what I'm trying to talk about. I cannot actually speak for everything all at once. So that's kind of what I learned, and I'm not really nervous for my crit because I've sort of accepted that I'm just going to accept my averageness. I am just done. What I mean, not only am I done with school as of this afternoon, but I am done. I'm done with this guy. Seriously, he's so annoying right now. This might come out wrong, but like, I'm done feeling sorry for myself. And it's not like I was actually like, oh, my life sucks, or I'm sorry for myself. I make a list of things to do when I fall into that. For example, taking a hot shower and just being so grateful and realizing that for me, I have all of my basic needs satisfied in terms of shelter, food, resources, and that's something to be so grateful for. I get it, sometimes it's so hard to enjoy where you are, and it's not always my fault for doing that, but that's why I really try my hardest to just be like, hey, you're here right now. Many times being afraid from the future isn't necessarily fearing that I'm gonna go broke or I'm gonna end up a failure, but it's actually just those little decisions saying like, can I actually do that? Should I take that risk? Wondering like, oh, is this risk going to turn out the way I want it to? Here's another thing. It's not really a risk if you know it's gonna turn out good, you know what I mean? It's like, we only want to take risks if we know we're gonna win, but that's not a risk anymore. I guarantee you in like a day and a half, I'm going to be like, I can't, because I'm seriously like, sometimes I feel on top of the world and I'm so excited and confident, and the other days I'm like, I don't know what I was talking about. Hi, I'm here to tie up some loose ends. In short, the crit went pretty good. I had expectations and the negatives, and I would say that it was an above average crit, so with that balanced out, it was pretty good. I think if I had higher expectations, I might have been disappointed or felt lukewarm about things. But anyway, I want to quickly speak on what I meant earlier when I said I'm so done and I'm ready to accept my averageness. I was talking about my body of work. But to follow up on that, I guess when it was all up on the wall, it was actually not so bad. Of course though, I'm not beaming with pride, mainly because a lot of the knits I did was not exactly my taste or my interest, but I was just trying to learn and trying to do new things. So it's not, you know, things I would wear. So I deemed that average, and it's not in a self-deprecating way. But once I got all my crochet together, wow, I loved it so much, and we spent a lot of time talking about it, and the faculty gave me wonderful ideas, and this is actually one of the first times that crit was pretty useful, and it wasn't just like, oh nice, oh I hate this. I am so glad that I did not stress out more than I had to. One thing that I've learned to do is to give myself a worry window where I tell myself, don't be nervous until you enter the building, then you can be nervous. So I was walking to school today with all my stuff, and I kind of started feeling the anxiety. I'm just like, look up at the sky, enjoy the view, enjoy the crisp New England winter air. You don't get to worry right now, you get to worry when you're there. One thing at a time. Just think about walking, and then think about printing that stuff out. I got that, by the way. And then think about hanging up all your stuff in time, which I'm so thankful to my friend Kat for helping me set up everything and helping me tear down everything, taking brilliant photos for fun. It was a fun experience because of you, Kat, so thank you. And afterwards we went to the cafeteria together and bumped into a couple of our classmates, and we chatted there for a long time, and that's why I got home pretty late. And then I talked to William, we just chatted on the phone for a bit, so I didn't actually sit down to edit until 3.5 hours ago, and I whipped this out so fast. I'm so tired, okay, but I'm just like, keep going, doing this for you. Like, I'm so committed to this, and And although it's past midnight, by the way, Harry Styles' album is coming out at midnight. I'm so excited. I'm technically still on time if you're counting Pacific or even Hawaii time. The reason I'm tired is because I slept at 1:30, nearly 2 in the morning, because I was just having fun talking to Tyler. Yesterday I was just like, I had the strong urge to drink a can of Coke because I have it left over from my birthday party, and then I got a bag of chips from the vending machine. I was like, you know, I'm just gonna embrace. I know it's not a very crazy thing to do, like I'm not an extreme person, so like that was extreme for me, like staying up past 11 and eating junk food and drinking soda with some caffeine in it and calling Tyler. That was kind of out of the ordinary, something special. I set my alarm for 9:30, which is so late, but guess who woke me up this morning, huh? I remember thinking, what is that feeling? Because I had my elbow up and I just felt, imagine a big cotton swab just gently gracing smack middle of your armpit, okay? And this guy, I just had my arm out, and this guy had just been like, boop, boop. And he's so sneaky. He is so sneaky. Every time I pull out the camera, he's like, oh no, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh no, I don't know what you're talking about. This guy is a smart cookie. He knows just when to strike, but not extreme enough to where you can convict, but he's still suspect, you know? I actually appreciate it though. It's such a gentle and adorable way to wake up, and I ended up getting up at 7. I did not do any editing in the morning. That was my plan. Instead, I did chores and I goofed off and I sang for like an hour, which helped with the nerves. Overall, I had a great day and I'm so glad to get this off my chest. Like, fall term is done. I can't wait to see my family tomorrow. I'm dreading the 10-hour commute, but I'm so thankful. Thank you so much for tuning in again, and we'll see you very soon. Good night.